Hello, welcome to episode 2 of our podcast, KEEDOH, KEEDOH. KEEDOH Camp. Today we just want to talk about our recent move to New York City because we moved here May 1st, so it was about 2 months ago. And just like neither of us lived in cities before this, so yeah, just our experience as a kind of like an outside looking in, but now we're like here, so.
So we moved to Brooklyn. Our neighborhood is Sunset Park. Probably never heard about it. It's not Williamsburg, not anything like Williamsburg.
Yeah.
For the best. It's a neighborhood with like a high Hispanic population. It's like mostly Hispanic people. Amazing food.
Yeah.
Really quiet, obviously. We can actually like shoot stuff in our room and you don't hear sirens and like people shouting and
yeah, it's pretty ideal. There's like we both come from, like I'm from New Jersey, like North New Jersey, and she's from Washington State, so we both come from areas that have like trees and stuff, like not just like skyscrapers everywhere, but so it's cool that we actually live in an area where there's trees. That's nice to see. How would you compare like just like your everyday life to when you're in Washington and here?
I mean, in some ways better, just because like I live in Vancouver, Washington, as we said last time, and it's like it's great. It's like really beautiful there, and the people there are super nice, and it's like a great vibe. But like it's more for like families. Like Portland's right there, but like I've explored Portland like a lot, so it's nice to be somewhere new, and New York City is like the best place for that.
Yeah, I just love that it's so like it feels like the internet in real life in the sense where like I don't know, I always say that. But like,
but that's a good analogy.
Yeah, because on the internet you can just at any moment you can just look anything you want up and just like read about something or watch something or see a picture or like anything, information. And then like living in New York City feels the same way in a sense where it's like I can pretty much do whatever I want or get anything I need within like an hour. Like
except the bathroom.
Except the bathroom.
That's the one thing I don't like about New York City is there's no bathrooms anywhere.
Yeah.
And when you find one, it's the dirtiest, filthiest bathroom in the whole world.
Yeah, McDonald's is basically like.
Yeah, if I have to go to the bathroom, I go to McDonald's.
A lot of times they're like fucking out of order though, like.
Oh, not for me. Maybe for men or something.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they just put the sign there so people don't use the bathroom.
Yeah, actually, last time I went to a McDonald's to use the bathroom, there were 2 unisex bathrooms, and I was just waiting in line, and then this homeless woman comes in, and she was asking if both the bathrooms were open, and we were all just like, I don't know. And then she goes and gets the manager of the McDonald's to open up the second bathroom because she knew that there was no one in there, and she knew that like they only had one bathroom open, and the other bathroom was just fine. They only had one open for no reason. Probably because homeless people come in and just like fuck it all up, but.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be annoying to like run a business in Manhattan. I can see that, especially like a McDonald's. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but sometimes they really need to use the bathroom. But like in San Francisco, they have like the bathrooms that are just like on the corners of the streets, or like in parks and stuff.
Yeah, like public restrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think maybe like some bigger parks here have bathrooms.
Yeah, actually, the cleanest bathroom I went to was I think at Bryant Park. I think I told you that. It was like the cleanest, nicest bathroom. It had like a lady standing in there, just like handing you paper towels.
Oh,
like, I felt like I was like in a really nice restaurant.
That's such like it's either like no bathroom or like the nicest bathroom.
Yeah, and like the toilets had a button where if you pushed it, like a paper thing would come out and it would like go around the toilet and you could sit and then like it was big when you press like the button it would like go away or something and you get like a new one. And it was in a park and the Bryant Park isn't. I think it's kind of big, but. Yeah, there's no bathrooms everywhere, and sometimes it's bad.
That one in the subway station, I mean, Mosen went in.
That was comical.
It was like It was so disgusting. Like
Ugh.
there was like a huge puddle of water on the floor. Like
I like that's.
the toilet bowls were just brown. Like
I couldn't even use the bathroom. I walked in there and literally just everything was brown. Everything was dirty. It smelled so bad. And I looked at the toilet seat. It was just covered in just like every bodily like thing possible. And they were all like clogged. And I was like, I can't even.
Yeah.
There's
one's probably
bathroom
maintained
here.
that.
Yeah.
In a long time.
Yeah.
There was like a fucking one of those like styrofoam containers with like chicken and rice just like in the corner. It looked like it had been there for like weeks. Like that's when I was like, it was gross as fuck, but I still just powered through. But when I saw that, I was just like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
it just made it so like comical.
Yeah,
like I said.
it was just it didn't seem real. Like I've never seen a bathroom actually that dirty. That was like in use.
Yeah.
In use. Yeah, I walked in and then just walked out. yeah, yeah, that was me. It was so gross. I guess I was like half right that there were bathrooms in subways because there are bathrooms, but they're not ones you can really use.
Yeah, pretty much the only way to get a bathroom that's like decent is just like being a patron in the business that you're in.
Yeah.
Like if you're just like chilling, you can't. It's like hard to find a bathroom.
Yeah. Which is there's so many people here. That's why the city smells so bad. Is because it just smells like piss because people pee on the sidewalk. It's disgusting. I would rather homeless people I'd rather spend more money on cleaning bathrooms and because homeless people use them and get them dirty apparently than have hundreds of thousands of people pee on the sidewalk and it just smells like shit everywhere I go.
You gotta pee. Like it's a thing people have to do.
You don't have to have it's not like a right to pee.
Yeah. The city it smells like weed all the time too.
Yeah.
I did
Weed
not
and
expect
pee.
that.
Sometimes awful.
Yeah. I guess because it's decriminalized in New York City now, so you just get like a ticket or whatever. But I didn't think I'll be walking in fucking Midtown sometimes and I'll just smell weed
Yeah, whenever I ride my bike, I smell it at least I'll just be riding and there's breeze and then all of a sudden I'll get weed.
Yeah. And I guess I work right between Union Square and Washington Square Park, and that's Union Square just always reeks of weed.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy though. In my mind, New York is this hard city where cops are really strict and you can't do anything really. But I guess decriminalizing it kind of changes the dynamic.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that weed car, that weed van that we saw in Manhattan?
Oh yeah.
I was reading about that. Apparently there's this van that drives around New York City and it was the one we saw and they sell fake marijuana candy and they claim that it gets you high but it's just fake. They're basically just upping the price of candy because they're saying it has weed in it, but
Yeah, it probably tastes they probably make it so it tastes like weed candy, which is the worst taste.
Yeah. But just I don't know how, because you can't just sell shit. I wonder how they get away with it, or if they get away with it, or what the deal with that is. Because it said there was pictures of weed on this van.
Yeah.
And it said different strains and shit, and I thought it was maybe advertising for a medical. Yeah. But apparently it's just some fucking scam. That's so weird. That was right. We saw that right by Union Square too.
Oh, that's true. It's probably maybe it's targeted towards NYU college freshmen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who are oh, weed, and then they buy it. And
yeah.
They're oh, I'm so high.
Or they're just ripped off.
Yeah, maybe.
No. That's just so weird though.
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, I don't know. That's strange.
Yeah, even the park that we live near, I'll see people just sitting on the bench, just fucking smoking weed. You can smell it so clearly.
My favorite was the guy that I was biking past, and he was biking towards me, and he just had a blunt in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he was just had no hand on the wheel.
That was at a park, you said, right?
It was on that greenway that's by Allison Park. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he was just while biking was smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah, to anyone from New York, this is probably a really boring conversation, but like these are all just like new experiences. Like,
Yeah.
and like I lived in New Jersey, so I've been to the city like tons of times, and even like before we moved here, like you were going to school and shit, like just commuting from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So we like have experience with the city, but just living here is like
Living is different.
it's definitely different. Yeah, I love taking the subway everywhere. Like having a car is such a burden. So like just riding the subway around the city is so nice. Just like
Yeah, I prefer it.
like I can just travel and not have to think, or I don't have to like
Yeah.
pay attention even.
Yeah.
Like when you're driving, you have, especially in New York, you have to be so focused and like pay attention. So but I hate having to pay attention. So
Yeah, subways are pretty great. Biking is nice.
yeah, bike. I can see the appeal of biking too.
Yeah.
You definitely get around way quicker biking.
I don't like walking.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just really don't like it.
I love walking.
Like, I feel like I'd be the kind of person who like wants to go take a walk and enjoy it. I like hiking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk, I'll go hike.
Yeah, I remember something you said, like, coming from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah,
like,
everyone in New Jersey is like, do you want to go on a hike? And I'm like, yeah, let's go on a hike. But it's like, you go on a walk on a trail and in a neighborhood.
yeah.
And
Or
I was
it's,
like,
some places have, like, paved paths through the woods.
yeah, and I don't want to be like pretentious to be like, oh, that's not hiking. But at the same time, I'm like, I thought we were gonna like go climb some shit. I
Like,
thought
we're
we
just
were gonna
going
go
for a walk.
hike. Yeah, we was like, I mean, I like walking. I guess I like those kind of walks.
Yeah, you don't
Those
like
are-
walking to get somewhere.
Yeah, I'd rather like skip or like run there. Like if it wasn't so weird to run, I would run places.
Hoverboard, that's the move.
Yeah, no.
I don't see those that often around here, but every time I see someone with a hoverboard in the city, they like ride it for a second and then they have to like get off and pick it up because there's like bumps and shit everywhere. Like they can't get up the curb to like
Yeah.
go across the crosswalks, so it's like
The one and
What's
only
the
time I
point?
saw one, oh god, the one only time I saw one here was someone was like coming towards me on the crosswalk and they were on one and then they went to get onto the curb and they just fell. And that's the one only time I saw one.
yeah, I'll see people like literally pick it up and put it on the sidewalk. So just walk. They're like,
Or like a skateboard.
yeah,
It's the same thing, just like way better design. It's
Yeah.
been around for a really long time.
they're cool for like a novelty purpose, but not for like actual
I don't
travel.
really
Like,
care about it. They seem kind of dumb to me.
yeah, I mean they're just like the cool thing right now. Like they'll be like, I was gonna say they'll be like the Razor scooter, but I still see little kids scootering all the time.
It's
Like,
coming back.
yeah, scooters are on the uprise.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like the late '90s again. There's like little kids
Yeah, look at
scootering.
your hair.
Everyone's wearing shell-toed Adidas. Like people just wear like fucking dad hats and just like
Yeah.
Nautica,
Oh, ripped up
like,
jeans.
yeah.
Stupid. It's dumb.
it's literally like I feel like this era is like when I was a little kid, like almost.
I mean,
It's
that's
like-
cool though.
That is kind of cool. It's like we're living in the modern version of that.
That's the cheese we buy.
Is it?
They're one of the brands, the tropical cheese industry.
The tropical cheese industry.
Oh.
It's
That's
like-
what
like-
it said on it.
There's a whole industry of cheeses that come from tropical places.
I mean, that's what they're claiming.
So it's probably just made in like New Jersey.
Yeah, like an island, Governor's Island.
Oh my god. That's their idea of tropical, is just covered in islands. Hey, some people who don't leave the area, I guess that might be tropical.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's so weird how people, you can just call anything anything, and people are just like, well, I'm not gonna question it. I just care about the name and the
Like
image.
Fiji water?
Yeah, like, is that actually from Fiji?
I don't
Probably
think so.
not.
I think it's, yeah, I think so.
And even
Fiji
if
water doesn't taste
it doesn't-
very good to me.
It tastes
Well,
like
it's-
chemicals. Like, I'd rather drink tap.
Everything's chemicals. Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I would rather drink tap water than Fiji water.
I mean, maybe I would.
I mean, that's.
Clean tap water. This tap water's alright.
It definitely tastes like chlorine though.
Yeah. It doesn't
Sometimes
have
I open my water bottle and it smells like a public
like
pool. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm drinking this.
Yeah. My tap water at home in Washington is really good.
Mm-hmm. It's probably like naturally tapped well from the Columbia
Actually,
River.
I don't think it's supposed to be that good. It just tastes good to me. Probably just because I've been drinking it my whole life.
Yeah.
So.
No, tap water is fine. I've never had a problem with it. Some people like don't like bottled water because they're like, I don't know where that came from.
I don't like bottled water because I don't like the bottles.
I don't like it either.
I feel like I'm wasting just like so much.
And like I feel like we try to drink a decent amount of water, so just like a 16-ounce bottle is like not enough to carry around.
Waste.
Gotta get that 32-ounce Nalgene, bro.
Yeah, can Nalgene like sponsor us because we both have Nalgene water
Yeah.
bottles?
Nalgene sponsor.
Except for mine's supposed to glow in the dark and it doesn't.
Yeah, what the
Remember
fuck?
that? Remember that you bought it because it glowed in the dark and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the one glow in the dark. I
Yeah, what
use
the
it
fuck?
all the time.
It's just white.
It's just like kind of clear looking, misty,
It's like over
murky.
there.
It's over there.
They're just like, nah, no one will check this.
I'm kind of upset about it.
I mean, it was only like $8. Actually, I didn't even pay for it because I had eBay like owed me money for like listing fees or something, so
Yeah.
they like paid me back, and then I just bought that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's alright. I have a water bottle, so.
Oh, I still have shit I can sell on eBay. I forgot about that. I have a lot of stuff I can sell on eBay actually.
Hey, your calculators?
Hey, I got a decent amount for that other one.
Oh yeah, you already sold one. I
Yeah.
forgot.
I have that metronome too. That'll probably be a decent amount.
Yeah, send it to a good band teacher.
Yeah, like some fucking drum tech for like a high school drum line.
Yeah.
Like a 19-year-old. It's like, yeah. I mean, that's why I had it.
You should just quit your job and just sell stuff on eBay.
I mean, I would run out of stuff pretty quickly.
I mean, no, I mean like buy stuff and then resell it and do that whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, some people do that.
People make a lot of money from that.
I think my dad told me about someone he knows that does that.
You can make a living.
Yeah.
You're just recycling, basically.
Kind of, yes.
Well, you're not creating new product. You're finding
That's true.
you're finding stuff that already exists, and then you're.
You've been talking about recycling a lot lately. Or
Yeah.
just in this video lately. Just in the last like, what, 17 minutes we've been talking about recycling.
What? It's only 17 minutes. It feels like longer. I don't know.
I thought it was like 10 minutes, so.
Well, we're not on the same wave right now. Time wave.
I mean, if we're never on the same page about anything, it's time.
Yeah.
Because my sense of time is really askew and like basically non-existent, and your sense of time is like. Remember when you wanted it? Yeah, that's your sense of time. It's just like right there. Mine's like all over the place.
Yeah.
But that's fine though.
Indian time.
Yeah, that's
Tied back to episode 1.
Episode 1, Indian time. That's a phrase. Means that you're always late, or just that you don't care about time.
Yeah.
There's other things more important than being on time.
Like even when we go to powwows, like my mom and me are always like, oh, what time does it start? And you're like, well, it's supposed to start at 1, but it probably won't start at 1.
Yeah.
It's Indian time.
And I see you and your mom kind of go like, what? What?
What do you think, Lionel?
Yeah, Lionel's here again.
Always. I think he's doing alright right now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's chill.
Oh yeah, the Strand, the used bookstore.
Strand's great.
Yeah.
It's like Powell's for all my friends in the Pacific Northwest. Just like
Shouts out
Powell's.
Powell's.
Powell's is a little bit better, but the Strand's also really good though.
Powell's is just bigger.
Yeah, because the Strand's like, oh, we got miles of books, and it's like,
I mean, they do have a lot of
I mean, yeah,
books.
probably, but like Powell's is like huge. But the Strand's pretty good though. I almost got a job there.
Oh yeah.
That was weird. Yeah, I got interviewed by 2 people that worked at the Strand. We just talked about books for like a half hour.
Yeah, I still did like paper, like.
Yeah, I filled out like a paper application.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done that before.
I haven't done that since I was like 14.
Yeah, I didn't get a job when I was a kid, so.
Yeah, when I had my first job, you were 11.
Yeah, I was not thinking about getting a job.
Wait, when did your first job was Red Robin?
I mean, that's my
Besides
first like
babysitting.
no, my first real job was Old Navy.
Oh,
Like,
right.
First like real world like job, not like music lessons or art lessons or babysitting.
So I've had like real jobs for 9 years longer than you.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Wait, you were 20 when you got that? Yeah.
Now I was 21.
Oh yeah, you're turning 22 this year.
Yeah, and I got that job in like November, so it was right after I turned 21. And
Oh, so it was
I
10
had that
years.
job for like a month.
It was 10 years then.
But on my resume, I say it was like 2 or 3 months because it was seasonal. Not that I got.
Yeah.
Not that I just like never showed up.
It was like, oh, it was seasonal. Don't call them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't call them. They don't even remember it was seasonal. I was there for just a couple months.
I mean, now you can just put Red Robin. Like you're.
No, but like because like with the Strand, because it's like retail, I put Old Navy down.
Oh, true.
And I just said that it was seasonal. So then I didn't put any contact information because if you're like a seasonal worker, like no one's gonna remember you. You were there for like a short amount of time. And I was there during Black Friday and like the beginning of Christmas.
Yeah.
So I was seasonal, like, and then I never showed up again because I thought maybe I just thought I was seasonal.
I had so many shitty part-time jobs. Like, oh man, Cracker Barrel was probably the worst.
Yeah.
I would literally work 1 to 11, no breaks, just fucking cleaning dishes. Like, I literally worked there for 3 weeks, and I was like about to have like a panic attack while I was working, because it was too much. So I was like, fuck this. I took my rubber robe off, my fucking hair nets, threw it. I just ran to my car and drove away so fast.
I want to start a film with that. Like that's the start of a film. Because some guy just like about to have a panic attack and he has like all this stuff on and he just like runs out.
Yeah, because I had a beard net too.
Yeah.
We had to wear beard nets.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, like we like, I knew I was gonna do it for like an hour, but I was like, how can I get outside? Because it's like you're kind of trapped in there. Yeah. Like,
that's also probably why it was like.
It was bad. Yeah. And that was like, my anxiety was way worse back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did not have any hold on it. So
yeah.
like I would have panic attacks all the time. So that was a really bad one.
That's like an understandable panic attack though.
Yeah, and like
that's why people shouldn't have jobs like that. We need machines to do that stuff. Robots.
Exactly.
People don't need to like wash dishes for 12 hours a day.
No
one can tell me that someone is supposed to do that with their life.
No.
That's not how life is supposed to go. Robots have purpose in life. We don't have purpose in life.
Yeah.
So your purpose isn't supposed to just like clean dishes for 12 hours a day.
No, definitely not.
That's stupid.
And it's so weird because like they try to like pull you in and like make it seem like all homey and like I had to take like multiple days of like online tests. I had to work for like fucking 8 hours or something just taking tests online to learn all this shit about Cracker Barrel. And then I'm just fucking washing dishes.
But you didn't get like didn't I ask you didn't get like a food handler's license?
No.
That's so weird.
Because I wasn't handling food.
But like when I got, because I had to get mine for Red Robin, and I wasn't handling food unless like I was helping out. But like you're not technically supposed to do that all the time.
Yeah.
But like a lot of it goes over like cleaning dishes and stuff because that's like you gotta clean them so that they don't have bacteria on it and stuff.
I mean.
So I'm surprised that you didn't have to do anything like that. But restaurants are all like messed up though.
Yeah.
Like they do a lot of sketchy stuff.
Oh yeah, like that bakery I worked at too, I didn't get shit for that either, and I was making food. I was making cake pops. Like I was handling food. I didn't have a food handler's license.
Yeah.
But that was like some under the table shit. Like they were paying me cash.
Yeah.
And they were like, that was probably the actual worst job I've had, just because the business itself was terrible.
Yeah.
And like it just got to the point where I was working and they'd be like, oh, we don't have money to pay you this week. But it wouldn't just be me, it would be like everybody. And then we'd be like, okay. And then the next week we're like, yeah, we still don't have money to pay you. I was just like,
I would lose my mind if that happened to me.
after 2 weeks, I was just like, I'm never gonna get my money.
Yeah.
So, like, they owed me like a couple $100, and I knew in my mind that I was like, just never gonna get it.
Yeah.
And I even emailed the fucking person who owned it after I stopped showing up, and I was like, hey, you owe me this money. She just never got back to me. So like,
that would cause me to have a panic attack.
that wasn't, the job itself wasn't that bad. Like the people that worked there were pretty cool. That's like the reason I started working there, is because I knew the people that were working there. So the job itself was fine, and it was just nights. It was like only at night, which was kind of cool. But I mean, it was like a sweatshop for cake pops. Like It was just in a basement.
Yeah, see, that sounds awful.
I don't know. Like, you don't like that kind of work. I don't mind it. Because I don't like feeling invested in the work that I do. If I have to have a job, I'd rather it be like just mindless shit that I don't have to feel like I'm invested in it.
Yeah, but when it's like mindless stuff, then my brain starts going to like, oh, what else could I be doing with my time right now? That's all I think about, and then it like gives me anxiety. Because I'm like, why am I doing this? Like it really gets to me because I start overthinking things.
Yeah.
But if I have a job that I'm like completely absorbed and distracted, and it's just like a terrible job, like then I can just like I don't think about what else I could be doing and it's fine.
I feel like babysitting is perfect for you, like at least right now.
Yeah.
Just because.
It's the best.
Like, I'm honestly jealous that you get to like work with kids all the time.
Yeah.
Cause like, I don't know, like I've been feeling that more lately, like, cause I originally was going to college to be like I wanted to do like elementary music education.
Yeah.
That seems like the perfect job, but then like, once I realized how fucked up the public school system is, like, the deeper I got into it, I was just like, I don't want to do this.
See, I almost was gonna do that, like art class.
Yeah.
Art classes for kids, like going to, go to college to get like my educator like degree and like be an art teacher, but just like getting to know all my teachers and like how frustrated they were with like how little they could actually do. Like I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like it sounds nice, but I can't do that. You can give the kids I babysit music lessons.
Oh my god.
Cause like their parents are always trying to get these kids. These kids are busy all the time, which is why like today, like when I go see them, like I don't know, I want to like do something with them. I want to keep them busy because their parents expect that from them.
I would.
But like
I would do that absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and like also like you're someone that I know. It's not just some random person that you wouldn't know. Maybe I'll talk to them about that.
Yeah, I would just do.
Because they're both like wanting to learn music. Like, and they've never taken like a music class, so they would just be starting at the basics. You could just do really basic stuff with them.
Yeah.
And they're both like really high energy kids. They'd probably love that.
I would be so down. I haven't taught in so long. Like, I love teaching.
Yeah.
Especially music. I mean, pretty much only music, I guess. I don't know what else I could teach.
Teaching astrophysics?
I mean, even teaching like Ableton is still music. Like I could teach someone how to use Ableton.
Mm-hmm.
Or like any like music production software really. Like I could show someone how to do that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, these kids were telling me they wanted to learn guitar. I think the older one, she was saying that she wanted to learn piano.
Yeah, I could definitely teach piano.
And they both like just doing the same thing. So like, if you could teach them both the same thing.
Yeah.
They're really smart too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Just like, maybe even like some days you could just come over like while I'm babysitting. I can talk to the parents about that. And like part of me babysitting is like having you like teach one kid like for like a half hour, because kids can't go more than a half hour with like any kind of lesson.
I don't know. I wouldn't do hour lessons.
No.
An hour is like if you're like a musician already, you're trying to get better. Like
I learned that real quick because I was doing violin lessons for like fifth grader, like when I was in high school, and her mom wanted me to do it for an hour, but after like 20 minutes, she was starting to like slow down. I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna get paid for this, but.
Yeah,
so,
for
like,
young kids, I would just do 30 minutes.
Yeah, so you could do like 30 minutes with one kid, and like I would keep the other kid entertained, 30 minutes with the other kid.
I would probably do like $25 an hour too, like same.
Yeah.
That's like how much, or $25 a half hour.
Yeah.
Like 40 for an hour.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk to the parents about that. That would be actually really nice, cause.
Yeah, I mean it's at least worth mentioning.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a babysitter.
Yeah, we haven't been informing our view. We kind of like.
We're gonna just troll on our own world for a second. He works at the Gap. I mean, no, that's good.
No, yeah.
That's like
I actually really
for
like
a part-time job, it's like.
Sorry guys, the camera stopped recording.
Yeah, so we figure some stuff out.
We did longer, I think, this time than last time, so.
Oh yeah, that's fine though.
No, yeah.
Anyways, Gap.
So yeah, I work the Gap, and I just don't like working. Like I've been working forever, but I just hate having a job. It like really drains me. But if I have to have like a part-time job right now to make money, because we're not making money from our art yet, really. So we need to support ourselves, unfortunately. But this job is like, it's fine. Like I like all the people that work there. Like the work itself is really easy. I get a really good discount. Like I like the clothes at the Gap. It's not like shit. It's not like I'm working at like fucking Zoomies or something where it's just all like mall shit.
Oh, imagine.
I wouldn't be able to do that, but like the Gap is chill. So, and I like, because I do like the early morning shifts. So I like that. I get to get up early and just work in the morning, and then by like the afternoon I'm done. I can just do whatever. Because like, I'm definitely more of a morning person than a night person. So I'd rather just like get working out of the way.
I'm a never want to sleep kind of person.
I love
But
sleeping.
I have to. I wish I didn't have to sleep. But yeah, so I'm a babysitter. I get paid to drive with kids.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's the best job ever.
You know what's funny? Like we're talking about like working at the Gap and being a babysitter now in like the early episodes of this podcast, but like if we keep doing this, like we're eventually gonna.
Hopefully we won't talk about this anymore.
And then one day we'll be like, so we don't have jobs anymore.
Yeah, honestly though, like even if like tomorrow, like somehow I started getting paid for my art and stuff, I would probably keep this job for a while.
Yeah,
I would.
We gotta save money. We gotta stack that money.
Yeah, because if all the money I'm making now, I can just save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to at least work here for at least a year.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be living like month to month with the jobs I have now.
Yeah.
So I mean I don't care, but eventually I don't want to do that. You know.
Yeah, that's not like a life I want to live.
Yeah, like I know that I'm cool like living really minimally, so I don't have to worry about like having a bunch of shit. But oh yeah, something I thought of to kind of tie it back to like New York City is like, do you feel like inspired differently for your art now that because we've been here for like 2 months now, so how do you feel like living in the city has affected your inspiration for creating art? Or do you feel like it did at all?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, being in the city just like inspires me a lot because there's just so much going on. Like you said, it's like the internet. Like when I go on the internet, I can see so much different kinds of art that's like inspiring.
Yeah, that's true.
And like I save all that stuff to look at later. And then walking around the city, there's just like so many kinds of people, so much stuff going on. Like in the subway, again, yesterday there was a guy playing like classical Spanish guitar and singing.
Oh, nice.
And that's just like inspiring.
Definitely.
Being in the city is like probably the most inspiring, just like film wise, because you just see so many scenes, and New York City like is the backdrop for so many different films. So
hell yeah.
I'll just be walking around, I'll see something happen, I'll be like, that's a movie. Like was in a movie before.
You just like put it in your little like storage file.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like there's so many people just like doing all kinds of stuff here, and like I meet a lot of people who do art and music and all that kind of stuff. So it's inspiring just to keep doing it. Because it'd be easy because babysitting is so like it really captures me. Like I could just put all of my focus and energy on babysitting.
Yeah, it's a serious job.
Yeah, I could.
It's like a career. It could be a career.
Yeah, it could be.
Because you could easily live just off of that.
Yeah, be a nanny.
But like, that's not what you moved to New York City
But
to do.
yeah, and because I love babysitting so much, I easily could just settle into that. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's good that like I'm in the city, because then it's like, because like there's so many times where I'll be like walking to work to babysit, and I'll see a film crew, and it's like it's really frustrating because I'm walking to my job, but there's my dream job right there. So at the same time, it's frustrating, it's also inspiring. It's like, okay, I'm working, but pretty soon I'll be doing this.
Yeah.
And I have to remember that I want to do this, and that I'm not just gonna babysit for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But if I did, that wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
Like if I have to have a job for the rest of my life, babysitting wouldn't be so bad.
But that's not gonna happen.
No.
We're not gonna let that happen.
No, I don't think I would have.
I don't even think that's possible. If we keep creating art and like we're constantly working on stuff and like putting it out in the right way, like there's no reason that it won't work. I really like believe in what we do, so.
Oh yeah.
And so do a lot of other people, which is cool, and that's part of the reason why we're doing this. Cause
Yeah,
like,
because we know you believe in us.
yeah, like we don't have like a fan base yet, but we have like people in our lives that we know personally that really care about what we do. So I feel like this is a way for people, because right now we're just doing this podcast for people we know. Like,
yeah. My parents are super excited.
Yeah, like if other people watch it, like that's awesome, and thank you for watching. If we don't know you personally, but we're doing this right now just for people that we know personally, and like it'll grow and it'll turn into something bigger in the future. But we're just like starting out, you know, like trying to just keep people informed on what we're doing, and like
podcasts are super popular right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's cool that we're doing video too.
I feel like it's just more like, I feel like there's some people who wouldn't want to just listen to audio.
Yeah.
Like myself. Like, I mean, I like that, but it's just so hard for me to focus on that.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who don't really want to watch anything, they just want to listen to it. So this is like both.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Sometimes people don't want to just sit and watch. People want to like have it like on and like they can walk around and listen to it or something. Like you would prefer that.
Yeah, like I listen to so many podcasts. I'll just like fall asleep with a podcast on sometimes. Like, so like that could even be like, I don't know, you just throw it on YouTube and just like leave it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. What?
I was just seeing how long it was going for.
It's fine. Battery's good.
Yeah.
Got a lot of space, 64 gigabytes. We're good.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I got an argument, or I was just being an asshole on the subway the other day. I'm a real New Yorker now.
that could be the name of that.
I'm a real New Yorker now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the Pride March, as probably most of you watching this know. So the next day, I was super sore, and I had to walk down into the subway, and I was all the way on the right side, and I was just taking my time because I was sore. Don't owe anything to anyone, so I was just taking my time. And on the other side, people coming up, there's a bunch of people, so there wasn't a lot of space for people to go around me. And this one guy, I could hear him like kind of like running down the stairs, and for like 5 seconds, he wasn't able to go past me or past these other people. But then once he got past me, he was like grumbling and like shaking his head. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I could just let this guy go off and be kind of grumpy about his day, or I could be like an asshole and make it even worse. Just because him being so grumpy about not being able to run down the stairs for like 5 seconds is kind of ridiculous in my mind. But I'm also from the Pacific Northwest where that like never happens. So then I was just like, he walked past me and I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, I'm serious. And I was like, I don't get it. He was like, you were just like walking slow. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. Like, you're here. And he's like, not as fast as I want to be. And then I was just like, I promise it'll be okay. And I like didn't raise my voice at him or like cuss at him. I was just like, dude, it'll be alright. And he was just getting so pissed. He was like yelling and getting so angry, and people were like looking at him real weird. And the whole time I was like, it'll be alright, like it's okay. And I was just being like real mean to him. And then I noticed
that was just so unnecessary to even be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely should have just, like, I should have just, like, let him go and, like, be grumpy this day, but I just wanted to mess with him. Like, I just really wanted to mess with him. And then he was gonna get on the same subway as me, and it wasn't until, like, 2 minutes later the subway came, so he was fine. He had more than enough time.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted to get on the same car as him and be like, hey, we both made it, it's alright, everything's fine, but I decided not to do that. Much of an asshole. I was a little bit nicer than that, but I'm a real New Yorker. I got in an argument with someone like getting onto the subway.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
people just get so angry here. That is a true stereotype. People get so angry here. Like the old guy that like pushed you because you were holding a skateboard.
Yeah, I was
and then you yelled at him and you could see his bald little head get so red.
Yeah, I was just walking in fucking like downtown Manhattan, like lower downtown Manhattan.
Town.
Like near the World Trade Center by the PATH train, and I had like a backpack and another bag and a skateboard, and I was like kind of like I had a lot of stuff, and it wasn't even that busy of a sidewalk, and this old guy just like fucking, he was like walking up on my left, and he just shoved me out of the way, like I guess because he was, I don't even know why.
Yeah.
And I was just like yelling at him, like I was like, grumpy old fuck, like.
Because that was another situation where you could have just been like, oh whatever, you can go off. But then like you saying that stuff to him made him even like more angry. Like I saw his head get like.
But he didn't even
red.
look at me. He didn't even make eye contact. He was a fucking pussy. I just fill up with rage in situations like that. Like I get so full of rage so quickly.
I just like when stuff like that happens, it just like when it like doesn't really affect me that much, it just is so funny to me that some people get so upset.
Yeah.
And then I get like my ego is like mess with them because I can tell that I'm like not getting angry, they're not winning. And so that fills my ego up, so I want to mess with them. And that's like bad because like you shouldn't do that, but at the same time it's like I just want to mess with people.
Yeah, but it's better than stooping down to their level and like.
Yeah, but that's why my ego is like, oh, I'm not even stooping down to their level, so I'm gonna mess with them.
Yeah.
So it's like my ego gets like really big. I can feel it, my head just like getting bigger. You know what I mean? It's really funny.
Yeah, my ego is literally just anger and rage.
Yeah, like in Inside Out, you're just angry.
Oh my god, he like smashes the glass and shit. Like,
yeah.
like, fuck this guy. It's just, I don't know, like I just hate people. I just hate everybody. So like it's not hard for me to like feel negative about another person because most things most people do are just like awful. So like when I'm with somebody, I enjoy their company, and they're actually like.
That's fine. It's just doing that thing again where like it splits into another.
Okay, yeah.
It's big.
So like when I'm with somebody that I actually like and I enjoy their company, and nice things happen, I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like, this is unexpected. That I'm enjoying interacting with this person right now, or like just a person more so. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
I'm just really introverted, so like being around people is cool if it's people I like, but if I'm just around a bunch of people that I don't care about, I'm just like, I have no. In my head, it's like, why am I gonna be nice to this person if I know that they aren't gonna be nice to me? I mean, that's probably not the right way to think about shit, but like that's just how I think about people. Just like fuck everybody.
Yeah. I'm like the opposite. I'm like, oh, I love people. Like, cause even though I was like mean to that guy, like there's definitely the things I was saying were like things I actually felt is like it will be okay.
Yeah.
Like even if you miss the subway.
You're just helping him.
Yeah, even if you miss the subway, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like that's like what I tell myself like all the time, which is why I'm late, because I'm like, oh, it'll be okay if I'm late. Because it really is. You know what I mean? Like it kind of sucks for the other person I'm meeting, or like maybe I'm late to a job and that sucks, but it's okay.
But even fuck jobs, even like.
Yeah.
Life is more important than a job.
Yeah. Life is more important than being on time. Time is just, this sounds so like stoner like philosophy, but like time is really just whatever.
Time is fluid. Lateral time doesn't exist.
The present is past,
is
the future, and
everything is
right
now.
This moment is everything.
Everything is everything. Nothing is nothing.
Stoner philosophy.
Buddhism.
Nothing is
upper middle path.
Upper middle path is a phrase we heard recently, which is my new favorite phrase about people who love Buddhism but are upper middle class, or just middle class, just white people.
Just like dumb people.
Just like people who think like surface level Buddhism will save their life.
Yeah, and I feel like Buddhism is a good excuse.
Nothing against Buddhism though. But.
No, yeah, like these are just opinions. We both have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just what we think. Like, don't take anything to heart. I know.
Unless you're white and like service level Buddhism.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
And like, I just feel like so many people use Buddhism as an excuse to remove themselves from like what's happening in the world right now. Because like, there's so many like there's so much weird shit happening socially in our society right now, and I feel like it's a way for people to just be like, well, in order for the world to change, you have to change yourself. So I'm just working on myself, and it's like, oh, so you're doing nothing to help the world then?
Because like helping yourself isn't gonna change like the government.
No, but in my heart, I know I'm a good person. Yeah, but there's a shitload of other things that are happening that aren't okay. So
and I guess
all you're doing is removing yourself.
Yeah, not everyone has to do everything.
Yeah, no, you're right,
but nothing's gonna happen if everybody is like, oh, I just changed myself, and then the world's a better place.
Or maybe it will. And maybe we just don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Nah, dude, I just said I know all about like, people who like surface level Buddhism, and that's the thing is I know that there's white people out there who practice Buddhism, and it does change their life, and like it does affect them. But you gotta get to the source.
Yeah, because like I like source. There's a lot of things about Buddhism that I really like, and there was a while where I thought I wanted to like get into it more, and the things I've read on my own I enjoyed, but like I don't know, there's just something about it that it still is like you're subscribing to a mindset that's being determined by an outside source.
Yeah.
I can never just subscribe to something fully. I'll take pieces from shit, but like oh, this part of Christianity makes sense, but all this is like crazy. And it's like, oh, I like this idea in Buddhism, or this idea in Taoism, like this idea in philosophy.
But that's some kind of like just like surface level stuff, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like I think that's more just liking it than anything deeper than that. But a lot of people think that just liking parts of a religion is like changing their life deeply. Yeah. But it's not, and it won't.
You have to live it. You can't just enjoy it.
Yeah. Like just even like just going to church and sitting in church isn't gonna do anything.
No. Like showing up is not just like, oh, you're a good person because you show up.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's like why the church my parents go to is so great though, is because they like talk about that all the time.
It's like a community. It's more, the community is more important than the religion.
Yeah.
Which I think, hey, whatever your source is to get around people that are like-minded and positive and doing positive things, who gives a fuck what it is?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Christianity, Judaism, fucking a book club, like, who cares what, if you're with a group of people and you're in a community that's really fucks with each other and really loves each other and helps each other, that's all that matters.
That's getting to the source.
That's God.
Yeah.
That's what I think God is. It's just.
And any good religion says that. You know what I mean? Whether you're like Christian or whatever, like just growing up, like going to church, that's like what I was always told is that when you're with a group of loving people, Jesus is there. Yeah. And that sounds like kind of cheesy, but that's that's true.
I see it. I can see it.
Once you get past like the post like college religion angst.
Yeah.
Of just like no religion.
Yeah.
Like there's no God. And then once you get past that, then you're like, oh wait, like that is like God.
That's valid.
Whatever you think God is, like people just coming together, loving each other, loving the world. That's God. Yeah. That's God being there, whatever that is.
And that's why.
And I'm right because I'm 21 years old and I went to church for a bit, and I went to 2 art schools. So and I live in Brooklyn.
So we're professionals.
I know everything. Yeah. So as long as you listen to me and what I have to say, you'll be just fine in life. Yep. And if you give us $5 every week, you'll get your way into heaven.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why it sucks that like so many people, like, I don't have a problem with people practicing Christianity if it helps them. Like, if it really helps you and you need it in your life, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's beautiful, I think.
I think so too. But like, someone from, like, every religion is just saying the same thing. They're just saying it differently. There's so many ways to express different things. So instead of people meeting each other and being like, oh, you think this, you're wrong. I think this, I'm right. They should just be like, oh, you think that. That's interesting that you think that way, but I think this way. And then that person will be like, oh, that's interesting that you think that way. And it's like, we can both think whatever we want to think, just not be angry at each other that we think differently.
Yeah. And that's love.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what religion
That's what God actually is.
Yeah.
So like, everyone's all fucked up and backwards, you pieces of shit.
Yeah, all of you.
Yeah.
Not us.
Just think a little bit. Just use your fucking head. It's not that hard. Just all the sad stuff that you just push away, that you think about, just don't push it away.
I'm pretty sure all the people that are watching this, listening to this, are people that aren't like that though.
That's true.
Like,
at least right now.
Yeah, just at the very beginning.
Yeah, I guess we don't know.
But
This podcast doesn't even exist yet.
In the future, when we have like hundreds of listeners and viewers, if you're going back and you're watching this,
yeah, fuck
you're
you.
a piece of shit.
But thank you for watching.
But yeah. And buy our merch.
Yeah.
Because we'll have it soon.
That we don't have. None of this is real. This is all just fake right now.
This world isn't real.
No, seriously though.
This coffee cup isn't real. Lionel, you're real.
Should we wrap this up maybe?
Yeah, I mean we could literally talk forever.
I know.
That's
but like if it stops again at 30 minutes, I'd rather just like not have to start and stop again. So.
Yeah. I kinda have to pee and I ran out of coffee, so I'm done with this, I'm over it.
Alright, yeah. We talked about a lot of shit. We like the initial spark was just living in New York City, and then we kinda like got into the groove and
Yeah.
Alright, well, episode 2, don't know if this even exists ever yet. So if you're watching this, thank you for watching. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing them, and
yep.
if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, fuck off.
No, you're fine.
No, fuck off.
No, it's alright. You don't have to like what we do.
Most people probably don't even watch the whole thing anyway, so whatever. No one even is gonna watch this. Fuck everybody, I wanna go to sleep.
It's alright.
Alright.
Bye.